I share Kathy's sentiment because last year during the Heisman ceremony, as soon as it was announced that it wasn't Tim Tebow, I was emailing Archie like, yes! I figure if somebody's got to have a two-time Heisman Trophy winner, it just cannot be Florida. So Kathy asked me to speak to you for a little bit about why I was on the alumni board, why I answered the call to service. And I guess I would tell you what I say to young people when I go out and talk to them. It's because I get to be Archie Griffin's boss. How many people can say that? But no, I love being part of the Alumni Association. I went to undergrad at Ohio University, and I went to law school here at the Moritz College of Law. And so it's funny how life works out. I can remember when I was trying to decide which law school to go to when I was at OU, I so wanted to go to Georgetown. I wanted to be in D.C. I wanted to be on the campus of Georgetown. And the law school recruited me like I was a potential Heisman Trophy winner. They would call every week saying, you're going to come here, you're going to come here. And I'm so glad that I did, because I have to tell you, it was the best decision of my life. Being part of the Moritz College, being part of this university is something that I can enjoy forever. I think enjoy far more than had I decided to go to Georgetown. And it's given me opportunities in my life. One, the opportunity to work and live in the community that I grew up in, a community that supported me and allowed me to achieve well beyond anything that I could have dreamed of at the time that I was attending Mifflin High School and growing up in the Brittany Hills area. And so for me, I feel like I owe Ohio State a huge debt of gratitude, and as Woody would say, Archie's mentor, and to pay forward. So when Kathy said to me to tell you why I answered the call to service, I guess my response would be, why not? Because being a Buckeye and having the privilege of serving on your board of directors is something that all of us should aspire to. As you heard Kathy say in her opening, we live in a world that's getting smaller by the minute. We have the opportunity to have global reach and local impact. And by your very presence here, you demonstrate that the love and fire for The Ohio State University runs wide and deep. We have as our goal on the board, as part of our strategic plan, to be the biggest and the best. I would say to you that we are already the biggest. We have over 400,000 living alumni from around the world. And I can tell you we are the best because I don't think there is any other organization that provides the level of service that we do, especially as exhibited by your appearance here today. Your service to alma mater is simply outstanding. Because as individuals, we are limited by our own scope. But when we join together, we have no limits and no boundaries. So I want to thank you personally for your willingness to invest time in your association and in this great university. Everywhere I go around the country, I see Buckeye Nation on display, and I see Buckeye pride. I would caution you, if you've never traveled with Archie Griffin, don't do it. Because no matter where you go, he is recognized. When we were in New Orleans, it took us 30 minutes to walk half a city block because everybody stops him, wants his autograph, wants a picture, and he's always kind and accommodates them. But what's interesting to me is that no matter where you go, the OHIO we just heard in this auditorium, you can be in Shanghai, you can be in Paris. When we were in Italy this summer, people came up and said, "Are you Archie Griffin?" I was like, wow, this is really cool. So being a Buckeye has its benefits, as American Express would say. I've also learned that being part of this university means being part of a great legacy. I mean, yes, we all know the names of Jesse Owens and Archie Griffin, but did you also know that Ohio State boasts the first African-American astronaut? Did you know that we lead the world in food production and food safety through the Department of Agriculture and our wonderful Bobby Mosier? I mean, when you think about what the wars of the future are going to be over, they're not going to be over oil. They're going to be over clean, drinkable water and food. And our Department of Agriculture traveled to India this summer, Bobby Mosier and the president, to talk with India about how to increase soil production so that they can feed their country. Those are the things that Buckeye Nation is doing all over the world. We also lead the world in global research. We have the foremost scientists here on climatology here at The Ohio State University. So no matter what your chosen endeavor, no matter what you decide to do, this is a university that you know has global reach and that you can be extremely proud of. Localizing it back to all of you, though, I want to talk a little bit about what you've done and why we're so proud. We have 517 clubs that have been honored in the past 10 years with awards at the Alumni Leaders Conference. We have 107 alumni from clubs that attended more than 240 college fairs this year and touched more than 150,000 students. For that, we thank you. We've held over 340 events last year, attracting 31,000 alumni, and we have over 1,400 alumni who are serving as mentors. We have 139 alumni student programs, and this is what I find fascinating and why I applaud all of you. Our Alumni Scholars Program has distributed over $800,000 in scholarships. Thank you very much. And for any of you who happen to be members of TBITL, the marching band has a scholarship endowment of $600,000 with a goal of reaching $1 million. So when you look at the numbers, you understand why we are Buckeyes with no boundaries, no geographic boundaries, no physical boundaries, no creative boundaries, and apparently no energy boundaries. So the other things that we've done, because we want to compliment and keep up with you, our alumni staff have partnered with Cranbrook Middle School to work with students and mentor them on the importance of education. Our president and CEO is the spokesperson for Columbus City Schools Project Mentor. He, along with our staff, have invested time and effort in making sure that the young people of Columbus understand that they have access to opportunity. And I think that's important because in my own life, growing up here in Columbus, I grew up with a single parent in the Brittany Hills housing project. I went to Mifflin High School, and the district was so poor back then that I went to middle school and high school in the same building. I went to middle school from 1 to 6. I went to high school from 7:30 to 12:30. But even in that circumstance, there were people in my life who told me that I could make it, that I could go to college, I could be successful, and I could be somebody. And that's what the staff of our Alumni Association are doing every day through Project Mentor. They're giving kids the ability to dream, because I'm going to tell you that when you grow up somewhere, you think everybody lives like you. I didn't know I was poor. I was shocked when I got to Ohio University and they told me that I was disadvantaged. I was like, really? I didn't know. And so for kids, if all they see around them are people who don't go to college and people who don't work hard and people who don't succeed, that's what they think life is. And I think what's beautiful about what you do and what the staff of our Alumni Association do is that we can breathe hope into the lives of children who may not have dreamed beyond their immediate neighborhood. We have the ability to say to them, you know what? I went to college at Ohio State. You can too. There's a future for you if you're willing to work hard, and we're going to be right here beside you to help you get to that place. That return on investment is something that you will get in no other part of your life. It doesn't matter what the stock market does. It doesn't matter what your personal investments do. But if you can invest in the life of a child, you have really contributed to what we believe life is all about, and that is leaving a legacy when you're gone. It's not about mass accomplishments. It's about accomplishments one person at a time. Mother Teresa used to say, you know, people ask me why I do what I do, and she said, I never started by imagining I'd do so much. I was just but one drop in the ocean, but imagine if I had not been that one drop, how different the ocean would be. She said, so I started by feeding one person, and then I fed 10 people, and then I fed thousands. That really is what community service is all about, doing it one person at a time, without fanfare and without accolades, but understanding that you are personally touching the life of somebody else. That's what our association did when we went to the national championship game in New Orleans. We weren't part of the New Orleans community, but we knew we wanted to be there for more than just football. And so we started a campaign to support the Recovery School District in New Orleans that was still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Katrina. And I'm proud to tell you that 100% of your board of directors members contributed, and together with our staff and with some of you, we raised $67,000 that we presented to the Recovery School District in New Orleans, because we believe in education and we know that education is the way out.